Hi, this is Kyle Benedict with MISO BIM. This tutorial topic is levels, and this is an intermediate level course. In this course, I'm going to show you the best practices to set up a high-rise hotel complex. You really only have two main options when it comes to placing multiple levels. The first, which you should be very familiar with, is using the actual level tool. This, of course, consists of drawing a level or using the pick command to offset a level. And you add these to your project. As you can imagine though, for a 20, 30, 50, or 100-story building, drawing every single level could get pretty tedious. I'm going to undo that, which leads us to our next option, which is using the array command. What you need to know about the array tool is that you only want to array your levels that have identical floor-to-floor heights. So before we array, we want to establish the lower floor heights of our building. In this case, since it's a hotel, we're going to make the first level, which will probably be a lobby space and some other things, 15 feet. Our second floor might have some conference rooms and hotel amenities, so we'll make that 12. And the third level is the actual level that will be arrayed up and have the identical floor-to-floor heights to every level above it. Now that we have that established, let's array this level. So you'll select the level, choose the array command, select your start point and your end point, which is going to be your floor-to-floor height in this case, and we'll say that's going to be 10 right now. And then finally, choose the number of how many levels you're going to have. So I'll say 21. And now all the levels in your high-rise are created. One of the great benefits of using the array tool is that not only does it save you a ton of time by creating the levels quickly and easily, it also allows you to change things quickly and easily. I'll give you two scenarios. First, we find out the floor-to-floor height only needs to be 9 feet instead of 10 feet. Now, could you imagine having to move every single one of these 9 feet? No, of course not. So what we can do is select the first arrayed level, choose Activate Dimensions to get our temporary dimension. Change this to 9, hit enter, and it moves that level down, but it also moves every subsequent level down. So they're all 9 feet floor-to-floor heights now. Scenario number 2 is that your developer may come back with an adjusted pro forma and say, hey, instead of 23 stories, we're going to go to 50 stories. Hopefully he has the checkbook for that, but you can easily select the array, choose that number, change it to 50, and now you have a 50-story building. The final step here is to add a roof level to the top of your building. In high-rise construction, the very top level of your building is probably going to have a different floor-to-floor height. If that's not the case, then you're done. But if that is the case, you're going to want to add one more level to top that building off. So we'll do that the traditional way. Pick this, make that 12, and that adds that level 12 feet higher. Now, if we know that that top level is always going to be at a floor-to-floor height of 12, we can use our dimension tool to place this dimension and then lock that down. So again, if our levels were to change their floor-to-floor heights in the future, we adjust this back to 9 feet, shrinks them all down to a 9-foot floor-to-floor height, except our top stays at 12. So that's the advantage of placing the dimension and locking it. And finally, one of the other great things about Revit is that as you create levels, they are automatically added to your browser as floor plans. But you probably noticed when we copy and arrayed these levels, they did not show up in our browser. So I'm going to show you how to add those levels to your browser so you can begin documenting them and putting them in your construction document set. So under the View tab, we go to Plan Views. You'll see there's a couple different options here. So in our case, we want to add the floor plans, but if you're going to do reflected ceiling plans later, this is the same process to do that. So select Floor Plan. And it's going to show you in this dialog box every level that is not currently in our browser. So as I said, you typically document unique levels. Everything else that's the same doesn't necessarily need to be documented. That adds a multitude of sheets to your projects that are really just redundant. So in our case, we know the third floor is the beginning of our hotel unit plans, and we'll say about halfway up, 3 through 24 is all the same, and then level 25 is a little bit different. And then 25 through 39 are all the same, and then level 40 is a little bit different. So I'm holding down the Control key to add this selection as well. So now they're both highlighted. And I'll hit OK. And now it adds level 25 and level 40. And it's going to open the last level you choose. Nothing to see here, so that's fine. But now these levels are in your browser as floor plans, and then you can begin documenting them, annotating them, and getting them on sheets for your construction document set. That concludes our intermediate course on levels. Thanks for watching.